Everybody knows that in sports there can be injuries. From football to basketball, or to soccer to basketball, all sports have the possibility of injury. Some people think that that we shouldn't broadcast sports because of the risk of injuries and it being inhumane. From the potential for harassment to the promotion of a warrior narrative to even the insensitivity of broadcasting injuries, some people out there think that we shouldn't broadcast sports because of this. Well, I'm here to tell you why we should broadcast sports, going over freedom and choice, safety practices and regulations, and the value of these sports for participants and culture. Before we can get started on my point of view, we're going to go over the opposer's point of view. First off, we have the potential for harassment. Depending on how good or bad a player can play in a game will depend on how much positivity or negative support the player will get during a game. If a player performs poorly in a game, such as missing the last field goal kick, that can decide who wins the game, this can be dangerous for that player. Many players in the past have received death threats and negative comments for missing such plays. Next, we have the promotion of a warrior narrative. A warrior narrative is when a player might get hurt during a game, but because they have so many people watching and there's so much broadcast of it, they don't feel that they need to say something about getting hurt because so many people are watching and they don't want to destroy their support and promotion of the game. Next, we have the insensitivity of broadcasting injuries. Most of the time when players get hurt in a game, it is still broadcast and they'll still show the player even while they're being treated for medical attention. And some people think that it's not okay to film this because there could be children watching and they think it's not okay to show things like this. Next, we have my side. First off, we have freedom of choice. In the United States and most places around the world, we are a free country. People have the choice to play whatever sports they want, and they're making that decision knowing that when they go into that sport, there are possibilities for injury. Next, we have safety practices and regulations. Over the last 100 years, sports have changed a lot, from the technology advances and the difference in rules to make games more safe, like football helmets. 100 years ago, football helmets were made out of leather and there were no straps really holding it together. But now they're made out of a much heavier material and they're a lot more durable, making sure that players don't get brain injuries from playing in a game. Finally, we have the value of these sports in participants and culture. A lot of people around the world love sports. In the United States, a lot of people love football. In South America, a lot of people love soccer, and that's a part of their culture. These players do it because of the love of the game, and they love winning. And like I said, a lot of places around the world, sports is more of a culture for them rather than a game that they play to see who will win or lose. Today, we went over the freedom of choice, safety practices and regulations, and the value of these sports and participants in culture. Hopefully, someday we can kind of mix the two, because there are some things that could be changed in sports, like the broadcasting of injuries. But hopefully we can find some good things that we can help change and path a new way into sports. Done.